Okay, let's make sure that the recording actually stopped. Yes. Yes, it is. I didn't go downstairs because I didn't plan to actually stop. It was just a feeling that I had that I might want to stop and get that uploaded and recorded. I mean, not uploaded. Get it recorded so it doesn't... so I don't have to suffer anything if my computer ends up blue screening or anything, or OBS crashing. I don't lose at least that much work. I think I'll do one more episode after this one for this recording session. Okay, what are you doing here? I didn't mean her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Pain in such ways is precisely the reason why I'm here. Don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, Mistress Thornbrugham's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Yes, the special training thing that you do when you first join. Oh, Thornbrugham isn't even the guild master here. She's just one of the people who work here. She fills in the role as the guild master because the guild master is never in. It'll be interesting to see what she says because I played this started as an arcanist when I did this before. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are an acquaintance with our newest member. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanium. Nonetheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Agnes I expect you to complete. I thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have one on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of Zephyr Gates. You need only observe at a distance. I can't remember who observed me when I did this quest. And again, when I did that quest was about several years ago at this point. Oh! Yeah, I forgot. I've never gone to this area before. I think this was the only area in the entire game that I didn't go to yet so far. At least in the base game. Yep. I completely forgot I never came here before. But yeah, when I remember doing this quest back in the day. It was during the day just like this. But when I did this quest for Tataru, it was during the night. She must fight 3 wolf rats to get to them crates. And then she must battle the crates. Suplex them with your cobalt. Oh, as I seized the pirate's port, where she made her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plan to naught, came the lass whom none could fool. Beat 'em with a back gut, got 'em with a gust, deck 'em with a downburst, go cobalt go. Oh, are these crates I spy? Ah, this must be the true test, but we are ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Fuck this shit, I'm out! Carbuncle? 5 against 1. Come back here, Carbuncle. You don't need Carbuncle for your spells. You only need them for the summoning, which you don't have any, I do believe. I don't remember what level you get for your first Ruby summon. And if she's starting at level 1, she don't have that. I think she could be level. I should have known you'd come, Edgar. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Thorngren of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Our kingdom is like so much else is beyond me. Have you tried becoming a rogue? Because I think you would do better as one. Considering there's not a merchant class in this game, I think rogue would probably be the best. Though I do like how she's managed to do the near impossible. Which is make the Carbuncle run away. So now you can direct it to move, but I don't think it can run away. Then you have to be supplying it with ether, so you have to be within range to supply that set ether. Game load, please. Access soon have had a fledgling artist. Her Carbuncle fled. Abysmally misheard, especially as Edgar would testify. I was wrong to become an arcanist. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified. And I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that was true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your excessive skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of our kingdom. Were it not so, you would have struggled to get several Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? But she made Carbuncle run. You are too kind, Mrs. Though I cannot overcome this challenge, I will take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Fetching of these garments, I fear I shall never don them again. I can't go back to race. That's something to show for my time. Wait, I know what I do. That is, it might accompany from you a little longer. Wonderful. Then to cost such a soul we go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. What does she want there? Yes, this is it. There is where the man at the Drowning Ridge told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in the Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also covered by certain wild creatures. Since I fared rather poorly in beasts last time, let us be off. What fortune! I already found one. Would it be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. And thus the battle begins. Jotaro versus Clam! Well fought, Edgar, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and others people. Anyway, right? Well, I must keep waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions and the Nemesian markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, privy convey my apologies to this and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Edgar, and thank you for everything. That sounds rather final. Oh, how about until we meet again? And then she was swept into the sea. It's America. Anybody can go anywhere with all these beasts around. Well, we can go back to the Rising Stones. Okay, but fairly the good news, followed by the bad news. Welcome home, Edgar. I gather you found Totaro and La Misa Lamosa. my, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate your indulging my requests. You returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort, Chafe so? Wilfred dead, mayhap murdered by the 12. How can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Walrein's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why?
I decline to end this quest. The quest goes on forever.
Oh, recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment. We are come to a defining moment in his history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the final time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Azoran Alliance, feeling that it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voice in celebration, do we not? We have bested Travanians and Hessians both, against desperate odds. We have fought and won. But the primal still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were brought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreda. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ash in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those who, with more appetite, to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, and we might serve as a beacon to hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice.
Honestly, I would stay and mourn Moonbreda. That seems more important than going to a feast. Especially celebration. Considering that we got Thancred's old band out there and he might not be in shape to go there or have any hair left.
I tricked the others to meet us in Uda, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I have to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamina note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber.
Off to the big soiree, Edgar. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not? You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind. Well, the Navigator Rorin's dead. God damn it, they must know they've been rumbled. I mean, I saw it this past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from, so I dig a bit around on the quiet like, and sure enough I found it.
Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of a Dodo Consortium, a daft name for a business if ever I've heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledger again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. And I gave the bastards credit. He showed up for the amateurs we are. Showed up on one of his businesses, the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men owe the first and second are taking Telegi's coin, and now we know as some of them are, I wager me right eye, they're the ones who did for Wilfred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attract attention, he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't, gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He had his schemes with all the care of a drunken piss and into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be clever too. That's the only way we will ever repay the debt of blood. I'll purge every one of them treacherous bastards from our ranks. On that, you have me word. And Edgar, mind yourself when you're in Ulda, eh? We're heading into a storm, and I can smell it. The kind that sweeps a man overboard and drags him under before he knows it. Up to Ulda. Going back to Ulda again. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I went to the wrong one. I'm going the wrong way. Today is definitely a day. I think I'll only do one more episode after this. I think that's all I have left in me right now. Considering I've gone to the wrong teleportation point, and then I went right into the Alchemist Guild. My brain has become mush. We have been waiting for you, Edgar. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I would hope that we might make our introduction together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. Better than dancing or dancing than food. Or food than dancing and then more food, eh? I do hope Yada is not under the impression that we are here to make merry. We are the Ascendant's escort, after all. Is that? No, just my imagination. Oh, pay no attention to me, 'tis a habit of mine. Misspent youth looking over my shoulder from time to time. If I did not know better, I would think our bard had run afoul of another jilted lover. We will go ahead, Edgar. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. I keep wanting to say Quicksilver and Quicksand for some reason. Give my regards to Melody, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Why there's just 3 random places over here? What's the purpose of this? There's just 3 random middle plates. And then there's 1 on each side. Wait a minute, what? You have strayed too far from the Vista. You have arrived at a Vista. You have strayed too far from the Vista. You have arrived at a Vista. Ah! How is that a Vista? I'm too used to how the other ones are, where they just show you a little circle or something. I appreciate you dropping by on such short notice, Edgar. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with the Crystal Graves by the name of Alini, aren't you? Former adventurer, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she's come around for a meal not long ago. Before she left, she asked me to give a message to you. Said if the other end ended up dragging you out to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. Short message, I grant you, but she's thought long and hard before picking these words. Barely touched the food to. Under no other circumstances, I'd have thought these signs of troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her own dying love. Nope. My foot's falling asleep now. Which way? Which way? Dead away. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to fill by your mind's eye in solemn presence. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Adeline. Straighten your eyes to ears to listen. You hear the chatter of Quinkrin and the buzzing of ziphids. But no approaching footfalls. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial laying at your feet. Hey, is that you? What brings you out here this way? What the fuck are you doing here? Didn't I? What? No, I haven't seen you about. Had you come this way, I guarantee we would have had our paths here at time, as I've passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other guests. Enjoy your well-deserved respite. I pray return to old Edgar. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. This chucks the vile ass forehead. Begone, shit lord!
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Okay, I was given something. What was I given? Secondly, yes, the recording is still going. And somebody's attacking something. Not in my... Oh, there we go. Clouded Fetal. This tiny glass container appears to be used before, but to contain what, pray tell? Drink it! Look what's on the inside! Do it! Feed it to one of the bandits. See what happens. Oh, I'm supposed to go to the Avengers Guild. I reckon you head straight to the feast after meeting with the light, Annie. What? What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist file, but beyond that I cannot say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Elaine. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of, because you've got more important things to think about. How about we give the file to, you know, the Alchemist Guild? We are an old We could just give it to them. Why don't we just give them the file for, you know, safekeeping it? Will you believe that? We're away, another message right for you. Oh, one did. One delivered by the soldier's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go. I still say we should have just taken that to the Alchemist Guild.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light.
I am.
Oh, Yada knows how to go through solid doors. Same with the rest of the Scions. Damn it, didn't we send one of those merchants to jail?
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic.
Hold that thought right there for now. Okay, now you can continue.
I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Oh. I still say we should just leave, you know, the vial at the Alchemist's Guild. But no, we don't leave the potentially dangerous empty vial. Well, it's not empty, it probably has some liquid still in it. At the Alchemist's Guild to see if we can figure out what was in it. For all we know, it could be sleeping agent, poison, morphine. What else was there? Something stupid. God, what was that? Right now I'm trying to think of what it is. Chloroform? No, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. And I'm too lazy to figure out what. Potassium. Thank you for coming. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Oh, are you ready? It would be an honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Prepare for a movie!
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in and take your ease.
Or like a hostage rather than a guest, because he has to be here to continue the story. And her weird floating gems on her belly.
Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. 'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Aren't we still missing out, amigo?
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
And that right there, he was assassinated that night. No one was the wiser.
You may go.
Your Grace.
Can Edgar drink from the giant sippy cup? The jars of sippies.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion.
But Edgar wants us to swap cups. He wants the Grail. He wants the Grail.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
Is it going to dissolve into anarchy?
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence.
Also the refugees.
But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Oh, don't even give Edgar don't even give me the option to say no. Edgar's just going to say no. His head say yes.
Grateful. More grateful than I can well express.
Edgar still wants your sippy cup. I think he's just saying yes so he could get the sippy cup.
How much we have both changed since that day we met beneath the Sultan tree. And the days ahead promise to change us further still. I hope that we will recognize ourselves when all of this is over.
Well, that's new for me. When I did this, I didn't get that.
line of dialogue. Then again, when I did this, I started in La Misa Lamosa. Man has really good ears. And thus the sippy cup fell. Why the fuck are you here? You're not allowed in here.
Your Grace!
This is a private party. Get the fuck out.
Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead.
Bitch, you didn't even see if she had a pulse. Probably no, she could just be horrifically drunk and passed out.
Poison in her wine?
How the fuck do you know that? I'll suplex you.
You did this!
I didn't even get to drink yet.
Spare us your denials. I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
Bullshit, there's a window right there!
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Arrest this motherfucker. Edgar, fight! Why don't Edgar fight? Come on, do it. Fight.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Why are they here?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals.
See, this is what Edgar should have done.
Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and his suspected accessories to the crime All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
Then why does he have it?
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands.
Oh.
Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What happened to the rest of the Alliance members? Why didn't they help and stand up?
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members.
The Sultana's dead. This ain't no longer a syndicate. This is a free-for-all, bitch.
You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
You're not holding anything there.
Oh, Raban!
Seven hells!
Might I ask why you two aren't fighting here? Last I checked, your alliance isn't with Ul'dah itself, it's technically with the Immortal Flames.
Admiral, we must leave.
No, you must fight! This always left the weird thing, because I was in the storm with the maelstrom.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die!
Oh, Edgar, fight.
You, not for a moment. There is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Can't we just kill Ilbert and Laurito? No? Okay.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
You don't say. Considering they tried to get us arrested for pulling some weed out, then they pulled some weed out of their ass and tried to use that to get us arrested at the start. You think Edgar would have spoken out more?
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
She can try.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Pornonimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Back to Charlian we go.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalymo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
The floor of the roof now has a hole in it.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sylvine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
How about less history and more running?
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
I'd still like to know where our Doman allies went.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
I believe Mitra is her sister.
Heidelin, she speaks to me.
Good for you.
No.
Yes.
I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm.
Well, the tunnel's collapsed back there, so it matters little.
As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Oh, bye, Minfilia. See, Edgar, this all could have been avoided if you just killed a few people. Or a few hundred. Could have just needed to kill Tegelegi and his brass blades and take Nonino to the chamber. And then blame it on him. You got enough points to say that you didn't kill her and that they did. Alphino, you look stupid.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others?
Dead.
Damn that man! Tegelegi played me for a fool. I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
Telegi's dead too.
There will be ample time for soul searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
At least you make more sense than the one I got in my first one. There's 3 merchant brothers. There's one for each beginning route. And he's the one who makes the most sense for being here. Unlike the one I chose, which was in the middle of Lamisa Lamosa. Come on, owl boy. And Tiny Bull.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard.
Oh, time to cross the border. How do you feel about dragons, Alphino? And people screaming? And sweet rolls being stolen?
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favor. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Uldar, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! It must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but it would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Yeah, that could have been worse. Could have been better if you know Edgar fought.
And who might you be, young sir?
How does that work?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames.
So you're the second in command. And your ears probably hurt, considering how you had to get him in and out of that helmet.
I had been
like
on
that.
the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. It was only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate.
Well, I don't know how the different races crossbreed and stuff. I know there's half Elysian, half Homs, so... Yeah?
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
Who?
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
See, Alfredo, if you learned and listened, you would have learned that by now. Them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Uldar and get the lay of the land. Mayhap provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. And that was the last we ever saw of him. He was then killed by the Brass Blades and the Crystal Braves. Why? We don't know why. And his brothers mysteriously disappeared too. The most unassuming folks can prove to be our greatest allies. The fellow was but a passing merchant, and he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I cannot well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke of you, Edgar, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alfino, you must not give in to despair. There would only play into our enemy's hands, so long as you and Edgar are free.
we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Charpin, but Alphinaud, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly, he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how are you intend to bear our friends to safety? He has an airship. I hear the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. Space! We must find a place beyond the ridge of both Monterist and the Crystal Graves. Half this Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces into the territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. I'll die of fear. I must remain here. I do not abandon Uldar to the Monterists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states. But know that I do my utmost to thwart their every efforts. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Monterists claim. Master Tupshin, I know what to say. Now that Father would labor to believe, but enough talk. You must go. Master Alphinaud, your airship waits. Hey, where's Biggs and Wedge? Now we set for space. Up, there's no rest for the righteous. Taro Pip was also found dead, surrounded by countless bodies. That went all the way to the stars. There, in the end of all, he finally found peace. As well as enough gold to finally buy a house. Which was swiftly looted by adventurers. Don't worry, I'll smack him upside the head. That should get him out of it. I know Edgar won't. Edgar refused to even fight back when his life was in danger. And I see Ixel flying by. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Harchefort. Mayhap he will know what to do. Oh, movie time's over. For now. Can't say for about what's about to go happen over here. Well, what's going to happen in the next episode? Next episode might just be entirely a movie. As I told me, you tell it, it warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained it in full. Before the dawn.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault.
and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions.
He's sitting right over there.
'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
How about no? We shall see these cutscenes in the next episode, which I will have something special start. Until then.